Newscrunch. Google Maps leads about 100 drivers into a muddy mess in Colorado. Drivers with smartphones these days don't often get truly lost, thanks to navigation services such as Google Maps. But what happened in Colorado is a reminder that even with new technology, some shortcuts can still go very wrong. That's how nearly 100 drivers wound up in a muddy field, gridlocked, earlier this week. One of them, Connie Monsees, described the incident. Monsees said she was stuck in traffic on the way to pick up her husband at the Denver International Airport. So I pulled out my Google Maps to see if there is a better way to go, and it told me to take the next exit, and it would be about half the time. Days of rain had created a muddy mess of a field, she added. Car after car drove in and got stuck. Responding to the detour snafu, Google said the road was not marked as private. The company added that it encourages all drivers to follow local laws, stay attentive, and use their best judgment while driving. French flying man crosses channel on jet-powered hoverboard. Reuters. French inventor Frankie Zapata on Sunday succeeded in crossing the English Channel on a jet-powered hoverboard he designed, zooming over the Strait of Dover in just over 20 minutes. Flanked by 3 helicopters, he reached Britain after a stop on a boat halfway through the 35 kilometers crossing to refuel, waving to onlookers, before landing safely in St. Margaret's Bay, close to Dover on Britain's southern coast. We made a machine 3 years ago, and now we've crossed the channel. It's crazy, he said, before breaking into tears. I really didn't think he would make it, but I was hoping, resident Helen Reed said in St. Margaret's Bay. Just to see him in the distance with my little binoculars, it was just amazing. Britain's Royal Navy has also shown interest in similar inventions, and said on July 30th it had carried out a successful test over water with rocket man Richard Browning, who hovered between vessels wearing a jet-powered bodysuit.
This startup is helping food app delivery workers start their own damn delivery companies, following many months of pressure. DoorDash, one of the most frequently used food delivery apps in the US, said late last month that it was finally changing its tipping policy to pass along to workers 100% of tips, rather than employ some of that money toward defraying its own costs. The move was a step in the right direction, but as a New York Times piece recently underscored, there are many remaining challenges for food delivery couriers, including not knowing where a delivery is going until a worker picks it up. Uber Eats, having just seconds to decide whether or not to accept an order. Postmates, and not being guaranteed a minimum wage delivery, not to mention the threat of delivery robots taking their jobs. It's a big enough problem that a young, 9-person startup called Dumpling has decided to tackle it directly. Its big idea: turn today delivery workers into solopreneurs who build their own book of clients and keep much more of the money. TC. How many shoppers are now running their own businesses on Dumpling, and what do they get from you exactly? JS. More than 500 across the country are operating in 37 states, and we want to give them everything they need. A big part of that is capital, so we give them a credit card. Then it effectively the operational support, including order management, customer relationship functionality, customer communication, a storefront, an app that they can use to run their business from their phone.
Subscribe for more news and hit that bell icon to stay updated for more content.